Welcome to Astroventure, the DSLR astrophotography channel. Hey there, Astroventures, welcome back. If you're new to this astrophotography channel, my name is George, and this is the astrophotography channel for DSLR and mirrorless camera bodies, combined with the lenses we already own in a simple star tracker like the Sky Guider Pro or the Star Adventurer. Today, to wrap up the Ring of Fire Eclipse videos that I've done, I wanted to talk about the things that I learned from the Ring of Fire that'll kind of put this knowledge in my back pocket to hopefully image the April 8th, 2024 eclipse. Some of it will apply, some of it won't, okay? So, first off, one of the things that I wished I had done in putting together my time-lapse, which would have made life a lot easier, is to have been using the in-camera level, or maybe to purchase a bubble level that sits in the hot shoe. Because one of the things is that as I was moving this around, tracking for the sun, what ended up happening is and although I was as level as I could, on the fly be, I found that I had a little bit of rotation, and then in having to put my images together for the time lapse, I had to do a little bit of work of rotating them. If I had either kicked over to the live view using the in-camera level, or I had had a bubble level on the top and checked that would have kept my sun images more in line, and it would have made it easier for me to assemble that whole time lapse. So first off, my first tip or suggestion from what I learned is use the auto level either in camera or get yourself a bubble level that sits in the hot shoe. It'll make it easier to put together a time lapse of it with less work of trying to fix images that jump back and forth. Second, when I started imaging the Ring of Fire annular eclipse, what happened with that is it started out earlier in the morning, and because of this time of the year, the sun was actually lower on the horizon. And due to the thickness of the atmosphere and being lower, one of the things that I found is as the sun got up higher and it was coming out of the Ring of Fire, I was actually getting too bright. So don't hesitate to make some adjustments. What I ended up doing was just a manual bracketing. Initially, I was shooting at a 1/1250th of a second for my images. When it got up higher, I found that I needed to do a jump over to 1/1600th. But to make sure that what I was perceiving on the back and perceiving on the histogram was actually going to show up in the imaging, what I would do is actually shoot two images, 1250, kick it over to 1600, shoot another image, and that way, just as kind of a safety backup, I kind of bracketed my second half images due to the brightening of the sun being higher in the sky. Third thing that I want to suggest, or observation that I noticed, I was shooting with a Beta film from Germany. The film was great. The sharpness, the clarity of what I shot through that film was awesome. Hands down, you wouldn't have really noticed you were shooting through anything. The quality was that good. With that Beta film though, the film was shooting in true color, and along with that sharpness that was there, I did not get any fuzzy extension beyond the sun. And what I mean is when I shot the eclipse in 2017, on that one, I was using a film that the sun came through as yellow, and you could see this fog coming off of, or mist coming off of the sun. Well, observation of the two. Using the other film, which I don't remember what I was using at the time, but one of the films that had the yellow, I've noticed that they don't hardline filter the sunlight as well as the natural color Beta film does. And so with the Beta film, I do not get any of the flares coming out off of the sun as I did with the yellow film, or the film that allowed the sun to show as yellow. I think that could be with the Beta film. I was shooting at a much higher shooting speed because I think it was allowing through more light, which allowed me to shoot at a faster imaging speed. But because of that, I didn't pick up any of that fuzziness coming out that the yellow film does. But on the yellow film, you do have to shoot at a lower speed. And so between them, what I noticed was with the Beta film, sharp, super sharp, very crisp. With the film that shows the sun as more yellowed, that one there, while not as sharp as the Beta film, it did allow through some of the sun flares, the bursts coming off of the sun that I just don't pick up with the Beta film. So it's a matter of choice. I think if I get the opportunity to shoot the April 8th one, then I will probably actually run two cameras side by side and sit there and jump between them so I can capture data using both films, because there were certain aspects of the yellow imaging film that I definitely liked because it picked up some of the flares, but I loved the crispness that I got out of the Beta, and I could really see myself maybe doing a composite between the two, get the focal length as close as possible between the two of them, shoot the two images one after the other, and then I could see compositing them together to get some of the flares that I picked up off of the yellow film that I don't get off of the Beta film that gives me a white image. So those were the primary three takeaways that I got from shooting this annular eclipse. The first, use the in-camera or a bubble level. It'll make alignment of your images much easier by being able to maintain that levelness. Second, the sun gets brighter as it gets higher into the sky, so you may have to do some bracketing, whether you do it manually or set it up in the camera to bracket. And then finally, your choice in film. The Beta film with the white sun, definitely sharper, crisper, but the film that imaged more in the yellow, I did capture some other things that just simply did not show up in the Beta film, such as some of the bursts coming off of the surface of the sun. So there you have it. I hope you find this useful. This will be my last video on the annular eclipse, and we'll have some videos coming up preparing for the full eclipse coming up. And if you like what we're doing here at AstroVenture, consider joining us over at our Facebook group, AstroVenture DSLR. And also, like, subscribe, ring the bell if you like the content of what we're doing. Till next time, I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights. Hey there, AstroVentures. If you're new to this Hey there, AstroVentures. Welcome back. If you're new to this